Welcome to Malifaux Mondays from the Dice Gods. My name is Hydra, and today we are going to do a review of the Malifaux token range available from Art of War Studios in the UK. When we first started to get involved with Malifaux, being the good and diligent wargamers that we are, we approached the community at large and asked what we'd need, because when you start a war game, you think you need the rules, then you need the miniatures, maybe some terrain, and it's the other things that normally catch you blindsided. Now with Malifaux, one of the obvious things is a fate deck. You're going to need a deck of cards. You can use a normal one, but the pretty fate decks are out there and make life a little bit easier, so we recommended that. And then people started talking about the various different tokens that we'd need. And a name that came up repeatedly was Art of War Studios. Now, being the newbies that we were, we'd not heard of them, so we went off and did some research and picked some up, and yeah, this is what we think of their range. The first sets we picked up were the basic core Malifaux tokens, which they do. This set of way too many tokens than you think you'll ever possibly need is actually the greatest possible place to start with your Malifaux token collection. Inside of this set you will find 2 blast markers, which I'll show you as we go along. So 2 of these 50mm blast markers and 6 of these scheme markers in 30mm. Now these are faction specific, so this guy here is for the good guys, for 10 Thunders. We also, for the lovely Lilith, have a set of Neverborn ones too. So they're lovely as well. So we have 6 of those scheme markers, which are very useful. We have 6 scrap markers, 6 corpse markers as well. Then we're on to 10 soul stones, which are practically see-through, so pretty hard to see. 10 activated tokens. 6 positive flip tokens, the little plus symbol there. And 6 negative. 6 pass tokens. There you go. And a single shockwave token. Now when these guys turn up, as you can see here, they are covered. This is Lilith's set. They're covered in the protective film. You peel that off and you're ready to go. That's the longest part of the process. However, they also recommend that you colour these as well, which you can either do with paint or wax crayons. Now, when I read that their recommended way of doing this was with wax crayons, I was a little bit dubious, shall we say. But ever being the adventurer in the world of wargaming, we decided to give it a go. And yeah, it works pretty well. I mean, I've still yet to perfect the technique, but this is one of these scheme markers just rubbed over with a wax crayon. And when you've rubbed it over, you give it a good brush over with a cloth, and yeah, it works, I have to say. It looks really nice. We're trying out some multicoloured versions here. There's a blast marker as well. Got a bit trick with activated, put some green on there, because you know, variety. So yeah, it works, and so far I think it's going to take a while to get all of these done. You know, there's a lot of tokens here, as I just mentioned. Pause for a second. 8, 14, 20, 30, 40, 6, 52, 58, 59. In total there are 59 tokens in this set, so there's a lot to do. It takes quite a while to peel them, let alone to actually then fill them in with the crayons, but I would say it's worth it. I mean, it gives them a lot more definition on the table. I don't know if you can see that. If we put these pass tokens side by side, The one over here that's filled in with orange is a little bit clearer than the one that isn't. Simple as that. Let's hold those up to the camera, it's just probably easier. So it gives it a lot more definition and it's easier to pick out what it is. I mean, the shapes suggest it as well, but it's just a bit nicer. So this starter set, where you can pick your faction, it comes in at a little under 23 euros before postage, which I think is an absolute steal. For the volume and variety of core tokens you get in this set, I'd say it's absolutely worth it. The tokens that arrived have got lovely detail on them, they're clear, they're crisp, they're lovely design, they're attractive to look at. I can't really fault the quality of the product, and the price that they come in at is just great as well. This range extends beyond the core set. There's a whole set of condition tokens as well, which has got 57 different conditions in, which if you play any Malifaux, you're going to need conditions as much as you're going to need these as well. Those 57 condition tokens come in at 11 euros. That's something we're definitely going to pick up. Being a 10 Thunders player, it was also, unfortunately, it was horrible for me, but I had to pick up more tokens because, although these aren't filled in yet, I'm an Asami player, so it's necessary for me to have flicker tokens for my Oni, and then Shadow and Berry tokens for my Mizaki crews as well. It was a hardship. I picked those up just to show you guys and tell you what I think. I should get a medal, really. Yeah, Malifaux can be a game where you are keeping a lot of information between your ears, and remembering and making notes of what's happening on the board can be pretty intense. A set of tokens like these is an absolute steal for the amount of stuff that you get for the price that you pay, and actually the impact and the improved quality of gameplay. You having to think less about, remember less, who's got the positive flip on them, who's got the negative flip on them, who's on fire, you know, we all have that problem. Having that kind of information around is really useful, and when you're playing something like Lilith, who is playing her Titania crew and is firing out underbrush markers like they're going out of fashion, having these underbrush markers, 50 mil, underbrush markers, ready to go. These can get wiped up probably with white as well. It actually has concealed and severe on there as well, so it tells you what effects this particular marker presents. That kind of thing is just invaluable when you're playing the game. It improves the flow and the speed. So I would say that the guys at Art of War Studios are doing a fantastic job. They're very busy, so delivery times can be a little bit long, but that's not a bad thing. You know, it's an indication of the quality of the product they're putting out and the value of it. So yeah, if you're expecting it on Friday when you order on Monday, at the moment that's not going to happen. They're busy boys, but it's worth the wait. The improved experience of playing and the quality of the product you get for the price, you can't argue with it. So Art of War, fantastic work. We appreciate what you're doing. Keep it up. It's making Malifaux even more fun to play, so thank you for that. There you have it. That is our review of the Art of War tokens for Malifaux. They're brilliant. We highly recommend it. If you haven't treated yourself to a set, do so today. We've got a link to their site in the description below. As ever, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving us a like and a subscribe. And if you're feeling extra generous, you can even join us on Patreon, where you can support what we're doing and help us bring even more video goodness to the world. Whether you do or not, we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.